We are blessed to be in the presence of a Pirates legend, of a Manning Rangers legend, the legend himself, educated left footer, Mr. Innocent Chikoya. How are you, sir?
I'm good, and you?
Good, good. Thank you so much for coming through. What a surprise we had for you guys. Thank you so much for those that have liked, subscribed, and gave us feedback. We really appreciate it. Means a lot to us. Aslalin Ndabeni, the surprise that we have. His name is Innocent Chikoya, former Orlando Pirates, former Manning Rangers player, all the way from Zimbabwe. One of the greatest exploits South African has ever had. Educated left foot. What crosses he used to bang in. He was a modern day midfielder in his time, running up and down, up and down. His shooters are not just defending. Coach, I don't know if I've said enough or did I leave out something. Would you like to add or subtract anything?
I think you've said a mouthful. You only missed the Morocco Swallows again. I did play for Morocco Swallows.
Oh, in your last days. I forgot about that. Yes, I forgot. Another Soweto Giant in your last days. Coach, take us through your journey. Now, here's this young boy. All I know is this guy who plays soccer. He's from Zimbabwe, banging in courses at Manning Rangers, giving him crosses to the likes of Karen Jordan, George Komantarakis. They were just heading the balls. Please take us through your journey. How did you get to SA and where did you play before coming to SA? The floor is yours, sir.
Hey, you know, when you start playing football in the dust streets of our townships, you won't even realize that you'll be one of the greatest players or one of the players that are going to be recognized in the country. But my journey started at school. Usually that's where all of us, we start at school, playing those local games at school against another school. And I was identified in one of the Coca-Cola challenge that schools, they pick the best 20 to represent, let's say, Harare.
Okay.
Playing against the Bulawayo guys. So I was picked in that junior team while I was still at school.
Okay.
That's where my journey started. Then I joined, from the juniors, I joined a team called Black Rhinos. It's a team that was playing in the PSL, soldiers team like.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I get.
You know, it's a government team that was with soldiers.
Yes,
so
yes,
I joined
yes,
that team from an age, from the under 15, I played there, under 17s, I played there. When I was now going into the under 19s, my education now was clashing with the team because they were training in the morning and I'm at school. So I left the club and I joined a local club called African Wanderers.
African Wanderers.
Yes, it was the clothing company where my friends were playing. So I said, let me just do. And again, it was like, I'm coming from this school and the ground neighbor, it's a team is playing there.
Yes.
So
yes,
I'll just train there, I go home. I registered with that team and I started playing there. It was an amateur team.
Okay, just suppose. So are you still in high school right now or now you are done?
I'm still in high school. My last year of in Zimbabwe, Form 4.
Form 4, okay.
Yes,
okay.
That's my last year. I'm now playing already in the... no, that was my Form 3. I was already playing in Division 2.
Okay.
My Form 3. Then I left. While it's playing, we're playing. There's a team that was recruiting youngsters.
Yes.
Which was called Fire Batteries.
Fire Batteries.
It was.
Wow, what's the name?
It was recruiting youngsters, good players. It recruited me.
Okay.
Gilbert Mshangashi.
Oh, the Kitsa man.
Charles Johan.
Oh, what a player. And he's late now. May his soul rest in peace, Charles Johan. Yes. What a player. Good vet. I remember I used to command the midfield. Coach, you're making me lose my mind.
So,
anyways.
Kelvin Mshangashike.
Yeah.
I'm just talking of the players that played in South Africa who were playing for that team.
Izinja. Those are Izinja.
So you could see how this guy was putting the team. So he recruited us and we started playing for his team. We only played first season in Division 2.
Yes.
Another first season we promoted Division 1. And this next season we got promoted.
Wow, what a story. Wow. So that's how you turned pro.
That's how I turned pro. Me, Gilbert. And Gilbert, when we our first year, when we got promoted,
yes,
he went to Germany.
Wow.
And Gilbert, that time, I think he was 16.
Wow.
He went to Germany.
Wow.
Now you can see the team that was assembled.
Yes.
If you still remember Mike Maringa.
Mike Maringa, very well. I remember. Well, I didn't see him play, but I've got his cassette, and I know he was a striker, ne?
A midfielder.
Midfielder.
He was playing with Doctor.
Oh, yeah.
He was in that Fire Batteries team.
Wow. What a team.
So the guy had an eye for good talent. And, you know, now my Form 4, I'm playing for that Fire Batteries team. Already I was buying his share Wendley.
Wow.
Ngisesigele.
Wow.
After weekend, umama yazi ukuthi, Innocent uze ngesishare bolo endlini.
Wow.
Because already we're getting about 50 rand, 100 rand. When we win, we've got 100 rand in my pocket.
Coach,
So-
sorry, Nate, something important just to pose you, Nate.
Yes.
If a youngster sitting at home right now, I think you just heard what coach says. He became a breadwinner whilst being a soccer player. But for to say, youngsters, if you get money, do not spend it with girls and guys and go out. Like charity begins at home. Don't forget about your mothers and the cocos who raise. We know what the struggle is as Botaki, you know. Coach, I'm proud of you for doing that. So I saw that's something important we teach as well. So I just had to share that with our youngsters.
I think it's the very important thing, again, that I teach to the youngsters. And already at that age, I'm already bringing something at home.
Yes,
I never thought
yes.
of something else. My mother will know, hey, we can minus and and something. So from that team already, now when we are playing in PSL, it was more money now. And I was still that I had now finished my schooling now.
Yes.
And I was working again.
Yes.
So the guy was very generous. He would take you from a humble place, trying to show you how it is. So from school, I went to work at his workplace.
Oh, wow.
So I was playing for his team and working again. We got, I think, first year, our second year, we got relegated.
Ouch.
From the so while we're getting relegated, me now already I was having a trial this side.
Oh.
Me, Charles Yohane, George,
guitar man.
yes, George Komantaraki. George Sheramba. We were 6 of us who came for trials at African Wanderers. I forgot to mention them.
Okay, now we also had an African Wanderers here in South Africa. You're talking about the African Wanderers back home, not the one in Abaqulus in South Africa. Ne?
Abatulus in South Africa.
That one.
That
Oh,
one.
you came to African Wanderers.
Yes. A lot of people don't know that.
So same here. So when you speaking of African Wanderers, I'm thinking there was a team back home called African Wanderers as well. Also, you came through Abaqulusi.
Abatulus.
So part of that team, Yabo, Siyabonga Nomvete, Pumlani Mkhize.
They came after me.
Oh, they came after you.
Yes.
Wow, interesting. Anyways, carry on. Then you trial at African Wanderers.
African Wanderers. So me and Charles at Fire Batteries we were playing. I play left back. Charlie plays left wing.
Oh.
So the coach Gordon saw the combination already.
Oh yes, Coach Gordon was first at African Wanderers, ne?
Yeah.
Before going to Manning Rangers. You just brought the story home. Thank you so much. Anyways, yeah.
So you know he saw these two. He took me and Charles. We signed a year for African Wanderers,
Wow.
and we played that year. We got relegated. Unfortunately.
Yes.
We went home. Me, Charles. We back home. I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna go back. The problems that I had first, I looked backwards. I said, hey, I think the best way is to sign again in Zim. While I'm thinking of that phone call, Gordon phoned the team manager of the team that we were playing for.
Wow.
Innocent must come back.
So now, of Gordon phones African Wanderers, or now the team back home?
Team back home.
Wow.
The manager of the team that we were playing for, already I was now training with another team. Told, no, I want Innocent back.
Oh.
Said, where? He said, no, I am signing with Manning Rangers. I want him back.
Okay.
So, and you know, we overstayed. Me and Charles, we overstayed. I overstayed for 6 months. Charles overstayed for 12 months.
Okay. What do you mean overstayed?
We didn't have work permits.
Okay.
So when we went back home at the border, Charles' passport was cancelled 12 months, suspended for 12 months. Mine was suspended for 6 months because during the year, I went back home.
Oh.
I tried to run away from African Wanderers.
Why would you want to run away?
The conditions, man.
Eish.
And I wasn't playing. Because when Gordon took off, when Gordon was in charge, they chased him after a couple of games. And the coach, Zoro Msisi, I think he's the late now.
Not Henry Qele. No, not Henry Qele. Okay, I'm thinking about Henry
Zoro
Qele.
from Malawi.
Oh, no.
So he was
The only Malawian coach I remember is Peter Nyama. Remember Peter Nyama? Yeah, Free State. That's the only Malawian I remember. Anyways, coach.
The coach wasn't using me. So I said, why not? Let me go home. But when I went home, they said, you know what? The clearance is that side. You need to go back. I came back. A couple of games again. bayacosha lo coach lo. Bring again Gordon. And Gordon came while we had about 16 games to go. We pushed. And our last game of the season was the decider. And we needed a win.
To stay in the PSL.
We needed a win and we drew. I scored 2 goals.
Yo, from the left.
That game.
Wow.
And we lost, we drew 2-2.
Against?
Free State Stars.
I'm sure it was Chikoya Stars by then.
Chikoya Stars by then.
Yeah.
So then I went home, came back when Gordon called, came back, signed a 3-year contract with Manning Rangers.
And the rest was history.
Then the rest, excuse me.
No problem.
Unkulunkulu ubonile uthi hayi ina indlela mfana wami, it's up to you. So it was a stage that I would say, you know what, I was given another chance to prove myself. Already the coach had shown a faith in me, and it was me now time to give him back the faith that he had given me.
Because I think most South Africans, including myself, we know you from Manning Rangers, as I just discovered now that you played for African Wanderers. So Manje, tell us, Coach Innocent, how was it like? What was special about that Manning Rangers team? I mean, that team was special from nowhere, especially after losing 9-1 against Chile. I don't know if you remember, because everyone wrote them off after losing 9-1. But then you came back and win the league. What was special? The players that were there, like, was it at the right place at the right time? Like, what happened? Because that team was special.
I think the most important thing that Gordon installed.
Sorry. Guys, I didn't explain. If we speak about a special team, it was Manning Rangers that he played for. They went on. They were the first team to win the PSL title. It was just history. The first team to win PSL title and a team from nowhere. So we're speaking about that now, just so you follow what's going on. Anyways, I was saying what was special about that team. Sorry, go get them.
I think discipline, dedication, and the belief that he installed in us.
Wow.
Was very, very crucial.
Wow.
You know, when you start a preseason, when you put your cards in the right place and you start a preseason with those cards, your chances of winning something will be very great.
Wow.
So we had a team that was assembled knowingly. I've got this player who's good at this. I've got this player. That's how he put the team, because he knew what the players can give him. If you see our team,
yes,
we had one special player in the midfield. If you look, Marcus Mpafudi.
Marcus Mpafudi. But I know Marcus Mpafudi as a left back. I used to hear my dad and them. They used to say he was a left back.
Midfield. He was playing for Bushbucks.
Okay, Marcus Mpafudi. Okay.
He played for Swallows again.
Yes, I know. So he played for Swallows. Yes. And Kaiser Chiefs as well.
Kaiser Chiefs again. He was very influential because he was the key to everything that we do.
Oh, he was calling the strings in the middle.
Exactly. Then if you look at Manning Rangers, the rest, we didn't have skillful players.
Of course.
We had Marcus and Solo on Demand.
Solo on Demand. The short, Solo on Demand.
Those were special, skillful players we had in the midfield. Wow. And the rest, we had Clinton Larsen, a hard worker. Chikoya, a hard worker. We had Bradley Muir.
Bradley Muir.
Grant Johnson in goals.
Yeah.
So we had
Warren Dupont, I think.
Warren Dupont was there. You know, the guys that were there were players who work.
And then up front, you obviously had Karen Jordan, George Comantarax
in front.
Clinton Chikoya, the headers, done.
So we and one special player again, you forget, Simon Makubela.
Simon Makubela went on to Pirates. What a striker. So, coach, they played at the same time. So, at one point...
It was George and Simon Makubela.
And then Karen Jordan?
Karen was... The winning team, Karen was not there.
So, at one point, Gordon actually had Simon Makubela, Karen Jordan, George Komantarakis in one team. Yo!
And then he had in that one team again, he had Karen Jordan.
Yeah.
Gilbert Mshanga.
The kids. And I know, you had to... Now that makes sense.
So
that makes so much good strikers.
So that team, he knew what he wants. You look for a player who can cross the football.
Which is you.
A player who can defend. And I forgot another influential player. Not influential in terms of playing.
Yes.
In terms of strengthening the midfield, Liswendut.
Listen, dude. Tall guy, ne?
Yeah.
I thought he's South African because I was young. Okay.
So, again mentioned, we had a team that, when you're going home, I mean, when you're going to the game,
Yeah.
you know that lava sizobashaya la.
Oh, I can imagine.
So we had, again, the most important thing excuse me, that Gordon did, he will make sure kuti home games we have to win, no matter what.
That's the Churchworth Stadium, ne?
Chatsworth, no
Chatsworth.
matter what, we have to win our home games. Away games, gentlemen, let's try and get a point.
He was realistic.
If it's Chiefs, if they beat us, if it's Pirates, if it's Sundowns, now you can see he would calculate. He was playing too much with the calculate. He was very calculative. Our first game we lost, league game, to Amazulu, 2-0.
Wow.
From that game, we went to 9 games unbeaten.
Wow. The first game of the PSL from NSL, ne?
Yes. First PSL game we lost 2-0.
Wow.
From that game, we went to beat teams until I think it was a draw, the 10th game.
Wow. Speaking of that game, I'm just showing off now. I stand to be corrected, guys. I know the first player to ever score a goal in the PSL. It was in that game. It was Warren Lewis. Remember Warren Lewis? He scored on that day, ne?
He was playing for Amazon.
In history, he's the first player to score a PSL goal. Anyways.
So and again, that team Amazulu had stars. I remember there was Banton, this one from Cape Town, Kamal Said, Warren Lewis,
Dlala Mlungu. That's what they called him, Dlala Mlungu.
So it was strong. And there were people were saying this team will compete on the log again to win the league. But no one, they said 10 games unbeaten. They said,
yeah, it's a fluke.
It's a fluke. They will lose.
Yes.
We draw away. We came back. Chatsworth won again. We went 5 games
unbeaten
again. Win. They will go down. Wow. They will go down. And I think we didn't even have the mentality of saying we're going to win the league. It wasn't there. The feeling of winning the league wasn't there. It was the feeling of, hey, we're getting points at home, which is nice.
Yes.
And Gordon had this thing of saying, when we go play in Free State and the game is not on television, gentlemen, 3 points no matter what, whether we play ugly football or play long ball football, what we're looking for is 3 points.
Wow, that's at the Charles Bupedi Stadium, ne?
So when we go away, we look for 3 points, no matter what. If it's, remember, his saying was, on the column, the table,
yes,
they will never write Manning Rangers was playing long football. They will just say Manning Rangers collected 3 points.
True.
They will have 3 points and the goals that we scored.
True. That's why they even called him Scopen Donor. But he Scopen Doron. Oh, did you know that term? They say he plays Scopen Donor.
But if you look at it, you cannot play Scopen Donor sometimes when you've got Magas Mpafud in the middle.
Of course.
Solon Demand is short.
Of course.
Where we knew where we're going to play Scope and Donor. When we're bringing the crosses in, that's not the Scope and Donor.
Of course.
See,
of course.
So that's how we won the league. I think we had about close to 10 games to go.
Wow.
That's how I started feeling, guys, we're going to win this league.
Wow.
9 games. Guys, we're going to win this league.
Yes.
8. Gents, if we win out of these 8 games, if we win 4, we've won the league.
Wow.
And we went all the way from those 8 games remaining. Our last game, our game against Mtata Bushbucks.
Yes.
About Wilfred Muge, William and Will.
The twins, about John Maduga. Yeah, what a team.
That was the game we won the league at Chatsworth. Because we had to win that game to be sure that we have won the league.